Welcome back to strategiccorporateresearch.org. In this video, we're going to look at conducting a segment analysis. A segment analysis looks at the component parts or the segments of a firm. This could be official divisions of a firm or distinct operations. And also for firms that operate in a number of different locations, a segment analysis would look at their operations by geography. In many ways, a segment analysis is a simple and straightforward analysis, but it is a fundamental part of conducting financial analysis. So let's get started. Why a segment analysis? A segment analysis allows us to dig deeper into a company's operations. Rather than thinking of the company as a whole, it looks at the component parts of a firm. And by doing this, we can identify where revenue and income are generated. This is a process by which we can identify a profit center. And this is fundamental in developing campaigns and points of leverage. So let's go back to the Verizon company and conduct a segment analysis. In 2019, Verizon only reported back on two different business segments, their consumer division and their business division. Previously, they had reported out on the differences between their wireline and wireless consumer systems. But the wireline is such a small part of their company now, they no longer report on that. So as you can see from these revenues from 2019, the consumer part of Verizon generates about 3/4 of the revenue. The business services generates $31 billion, and meanwhile the consumer division generates $91 billion. But revenues are only part of the story. We also need to see how these different segments generate profit. So on the right-hand side, we've added operating income for the same year. And when you look at these numbers, what you see is something very different. Although the business segment contributes about 1/4 of their revenue, it only contributes a little more than 10% of their operating income. So close to 90% of their operating income is generated by their consumer business. In this case, it's very clear that the consumer division is the profit center for Verizon. In fact, if you were conducting a strategic analysis of Verizon right now, you might recommend that they jettison their business services because it's only generating a very modest amount of profit. So you can see the power of conducting a segment analysis. It's fundamental to help identify the profit center of a firm, as we have done here with Verizon. And it's even more important in complex firms to identify where, in fact, profit centers lie and how firms are changing. I hope you found this video useful. Thank you very much.